A Gay and a Non-Gay is a podcast from James Barr and Dan Hudson. They're like a lovely little couple, except they're not.
I'm so nervous, Dan.
Why?
He might be here.
Who?
The one. I've seen loads of hot guys on the way in. I feel like this is probably the moment where I'll meet the one.
Can we just focus on the podcast and not your cock?
What? Please don't talk about my cock.
They're not, to be fair, they're not mutually exclusive concepts, but can we just focus on the bloody thing that we're doing and not pulling blokes, please?
Why do you think people have bought tickets, Dan?
Well, it's not because they want to sleep with you.
It might. No, you literally said that on a podcast. You were like, buy a ticket and James will sleep with you. You said that. That was promised. And we can't go back on that now.
Well, so you're just going to be spaffing over the audience?
Dan!
Ladies and gentlemen, gays and non-gays, welcome to A Gay and a Non-Gay Live. Please, no flash photography, recording, or douching.
Hi, everyone! How are you? Let's get everybody up! Come on, it's a party! Stand up, guys! Get up, come on! Woo! It's A Gay and a Non-Gay Live! Okay, so all the women sit down, just leave the guys standing, because we all know why we're here. We're here to find me a boyfriend. So let's get this over with. Let's just cut to the chase here, guys. I'm just going to give you my number. If you want to jot that in your phone, take some pictures, and we'll get to it later. That would be really
James, come on, we ain't got time for this. We've got a podcast to do. Everyone sit down.
cool. Welcome, Dan, everybody.
Hi.
Shall I take my number off the screen?
Yeah, take your number off your screen. I'm the non-gay of the operation. He's James Barr. He's the gay of the operation.
And who here has heard our podcast before? Who hasn't heard our podcast before? Oh, a couple of waves in the back.
You're going to have some fun tonight.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Well, if you've not heard us before, basically, you know when your friend goes on holiday and they ask you to like water the plants or feed the cats? That's what my friend Talia did, except she asked me to look after her boyfriend. We recorded it, and 2 years later, here we are.
Yeah. It literally is nearly 2 years as well.
Yeah.
Like almost to the day.
It's actually our anniversary coming up,
Yeah.
which is going to be really romantic. Where are we going, Dan?
When we hang out, we normally go to Greg's. So
I like to keep it real.
yeah. So
we
should we
can
do that? And
yeah.
by the way, James has got a Greg's black card.
I have.
So he gets free Greg's.
So I'll put my number back up, everyone. if you want free Greg's.
I mean that is a thing. Like, I would probably go gay for Greg's, I think.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll do that afterwards. So, things that are going to happen tonight, we're probably going to talk about bums.
Yeah. James normally has like a meltdown on the podcast about something, and it's been like 3 weeks since we've actually recorded the podcast because we did the last few in a bulk. So I'm looking forward to getting an update on.
There's a meltdown coming.
Is there really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a big one coming. Actually, Dan and I have had a very stressful week planning the show, so I thought that the meltdown might be aimed at you, but maybe not. I think we'll be good.
What?
It's fine, we'll talk about it later. So, also coming up tonight, a Q&A, where you get to ask gay questions and non-gay questions for gay answers and non-gay answers.
Yeah.
What else have we got, Dan? Actually, Dan has a problem sort of accepting, having feelings. He doesn't really like talking about his feelings. Are there any other non-gay guys in the room or gay guys that don't like expressing themselves and talking about how they feel? Maybe there's some girls in the room that understand what that's like when they're with their boyfriend. So I want to know how you're feeling about your girlfriend Talia now moving abroad forever. Because we haven't really talked about it. The last time we talked about it, she was planning to go.
You said we haven't talked about it, but every week it's like, oh, so how do you feel about this?
Well, she's gone now.
That's his actual voice.
So we've actually come full circle now in the way that we started, and Talia has now left the country.
Yeah.
And left me with you.
Yeah.
So,
Bye.
How are you? I mean, like that's quite a hard thing to deal with. Your girlfriend's gone.
Yeah, but it's fine, guys, because it was literally a week ago, and
she's gone.
In a week, I'll be there for 3 weeks, so it's fine.
So it just Feels like a holiday.
Yeah, a little
She's
bit.
gone, like she's left the country, she's moved, Dan. Like,
Yeah.
her house has been packed up, her car's been sold. It's crazy that you're just so chill about it. I'm upset about it. I think I did actually cry at her leaving do, and you were just like, yeah, cool, it's all good.
You fucked off at a leaving do.
I did.
Where did you go?
I didn't fuck
Never
off.
actually
It
discussed
was midnight. It was midnight.
Yeah, but you can't leave at midnight.
I had it. Look, if you want, I actually had a
If
date
she's
the next day, so I was like, I want it to be fresh for the date. A real answer.
And were you?
Yeah, it went really well.
Oh, great.
We'll get to it.
I'm pleased for you.
I asked Dan if he'd been watching a lot of porn since his girlfriend left this week, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny to go through your internet history? And Dan was saying, no, that wouldn't be funny. So we looked.
James, by the way, just to interject, James is obsessed with porn all of a sudden. Because the reason is that he's been giving it up for the last couple of weeks. And you don't even realise this, but it's the first thing on your mind all the time because you're always talking about porn.
Me?
Yeah. Yes, you.
It's the first thing I talk about.
Yeah, you're always...
Well, let's have a look at your Google search, Dan.
So, this is, right, just...
So for those of you that aren't here at the live show and listening, Dan's top search is, how many wanks can you have in a 24-hour period?
The thing is, this is actually genuinely my internet history because James said, oh, wouldn't it be funny to get your internet history up? And I said, no, it wouldn't be because there's nothing on it. So I genuinely gave him my phone and this is my internet history. But as you can see, like, can you go back to the last one? Like, I was Googling like how many coffees to have a day and how many tea, which I still don't really know. Like, I would quite like to get to the bottom of that.
Sure, but just underneath
anyway,
that.
And then as I was doing that, I was thinking, oh, well, you know.
Yeah, but Dan, underneath that very regular search, you've been searching multiple times for a girl called BC Edmondson.
So she's...
Who's really fit.
Yeah, she is really fit. She's a comedian.
So to me, it's quite odd that you would go from BC Edmondson via coffee and tea to how many wanks a day?
But that's why you know it's innocent.
How many wanks a day, Dan? I don't know.
Well, I got down a bit of a rabbit hole, and there was like it was. There was people saying like.
Rabbit hole.
There was people saying like, oh, you know, I have like 5 a day.
Yeah.
Which I don't really understand how that happens.
5 a day.
Yeah.
5 a day.
Yeah.
What's your total?
I wouldn't really do it more than once a day at a push.
Really?
Why? What's yours?
Huh?
What's yours? Like if it's a long day.
Oh, what, like the solstice?
Yeah.
What's mine?
A solstice
I don't know. I suppose 2 or 3, maybe. 3 probably max. Like I think 3 is excessive. 2.
I don't know how you fit 3 in, really. Unless I guess you have quite a relaxed lifestyle, I suppose.
Oh, thanks.
Do your radio show, go home.
True.
He's a man who has all afternoon to himself.
That is also not true. And I do not just go home and wank. Thank you very much.
Anyway, let's move on.
So, I need to bring up another thing that Dan did this week, or maybe last week, when we were chatting. We have a WhatsApp group between me, Talia, and Dan.
This is interesting. It's actually a Facebook group, but James is obviously embarrassed about Facebook.
No, I'm not.
Is he always cool? It's not. It's literally not a WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp sounds cooler, right?
Yeah. I brought this up with James the other day, and he was just like, what? But he made an edit on the podcast where he took the words Facebook out, so it just said we've got a group.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
It wasn't. I'm not entirely sure. I think I just think I probably subconsciously think WhatsApp is probably cooler. I don't know. I'm not sure why I did that. So he sent me this message about how I kept putting texts, kisses on our messages. Which I'll show you. Why are you suddenly signing everything with kisses? Stop.
It's not, by the way, right? It's not the kisses that I object to. It's James kind of signs things off when they're not ready to be signed off. Like I'll be like, James, can you just send me this or can you do that? And he'll be like, he'll say yeah, and then X. As if that's the end of the conversation. And it's not the end of the conversation because I've then got like 3 more questions.
So
that's what's annoying.
So it's not that I'm putting kisses on messages to you, it's that I'm ending conversations.
Yeah, because you don't put an X, like you put an X at the end of a conversation.
No,
you don't just put
I
it in
don't.
like in the middle of a sentence and like, do you know what I mean? You put it at the end. So you're trying to sign off, I know that's what you're doing.
That's not what I'm doing.
You are.
I literally put them
You're like, oh God, why is Dan like messaging me at 10 in the morning?
No.
Blah, blah, blah. That's what you're doing.
It's literally not that. I promise you, I'm just giving you some love.
Well,
and
I don't mind that.
And I don't just do it at the end of messages. I do it in the middle of messages sometimes as well.
Because I don't mind the kisses. I do the kisses thing, and people who like get uptight about that are so boring. Like my old boss used to be like, oh, I mean, he could actually be here. I've no idea. If you're here, Simon, I'm sorry. He would be like, oh, thanks for the kiss last night, and I was like, no, but I just do that to everyone like a default. It's not a thing.
Yeah, why do people get so funny about that?
I don't know.
It's really odd.
And so to be clear, I'm not funny about that. I'm funny about the fact that you're trying to sign off.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to sign off. But the reason you are right, I have started putting them on messages a lot more recently. And it's because I started flirting with this guy a lot, so I'm putting a lot of kisses in his messages. So then, as a sort of habit,
right,
I've ended up just doing it to them.
I'm getting sloppy seconds of your
Gay.
Now it's time to do a bit of a Q&A with you guys. First up, we're doing gay questions, gay answers. I don't know if you've heard that episode of ours, but Dan had a lot of questions about anal sex and douching. So there's a chance we might hit that. To give you an example of the kind of gay question that we might want is one of my favourite music videos from a guy called Johnny McGovern.
Non-monogamous homo life partner.
Feel free to sing along.
How do y'all do it?
What is this?
Without getting jealous. Oh, non-monogamous
This does go
homo life
on
partner.
quite some time.
How do y'all do it? Without getting jealous when some hoe is leaving your bed.
I'm not sure how I feel about the use of the word hoe, by the way, James. just FYI.
Right, we need the volume up.
Don't pretend you
for the
didn't hear
sing-along.
me.
If you can get the volume just up for this bit. Here we go, everyone. You ready? Where's that mouth been? I've got gay questions, and I need gay answers. I've got gay questions, and I need gay answers. I've got gay questions. Clap along.
Gay answers.
I've got gay questions, and I need gay answers. So, it's time for gay questions, gay answers. What a freeze frame. And our hon Harvey is in the audience, has been getting questions from you. So thank you, Harvey. Here we go. And also we've got a microphone so we can come and chat to you as well. And if we answer your question, you can win a gay, non-gay badge.
Woo! Well, if they're gay questions, then they're for you, so I ask them, right?
Sure. Yeah.
That's
totally,
right, isn't it?
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Oh my God, there's so many.
So, because quite a lot of the time, Dan
Have some more.
and I have been asked some rather awful questions, we decided to have a bit of a get out so that we can buzz if it's a bit personal. Like last time we did this, Dan got asked if he'd put his finger up his bum. So we've both got
So with
buzzers.
that in mind,
So
we now have a get out clause.
So if we don't want to answer your question, this will be my buzzer.
Shut the fuck up!
No, that's clearly my buzzer.
Dan's buzzer. This is Dan's buzzer,
Yeah.
which is what?
It's Jump the Fuck Up by Soulfly.
Right. Featuring.
Featuring Corey Taylor.
Great. I'm going to just play it again for you,
Slipknot,
so
obviously.
you can hear it.
Yes, please.
This is Dan's buzzer.
Shut the fuck up!
Okay, my buzzer is a clip from RuPaul's Drag Race.
I don't have a sugar daddy. I've never had a sugar daddy. If I wanted a sugar daddy, yes, I probably could go out and get one because I am what? Sickening. You could never have a sugar daddy because you are not that kind of girl. Baby, everything I've had, I've worked for and I've gotten myself. I've built myself from the
How
ground
long is this going?
up.
That's my buzzer. So, first question.
Do you think you portray yourself differently in the podcast from how you might portray yourself in your day job?
Ooh, as in like on the radio.
Well, I guess. Or the TV
yeah,
or
I
whatever.
guess so. I think that's probably, I probably have to do that because when you're on the radio or on television, you're not representing just yourself, you're representing an organization. So yeah, I definitely would hide some things, or not hide them, but like edit myself a bit, which is why this podcast has been so great because I don't need to do that. And why podcasting in general is so brilliant. Yeah. Do you do that, Dan? Dan is a producer at One Extra. So,
By the way, it's Radio 1, but you always like say one extra. Why do you do that?
because you're a rock music fan and it's quite funny.
Well, yeah, you have to basically like. I mean, all I want to do is tweet like stuff, but I can't. Sometimes just write it out like, and then just pretend that I've tweeted it. But you can't, can you?
Do you want to tweet that you can't tweet, Dan? I feel
Just
really
stuff
sorry
about
for
the
you.
BBC canteen and stuff. Like,
Oh, okay, fine.
like,
Let's just leave that for.
But it is like there's only it's like 10 microwaves for like how many people work in the BBC, Nigel? In Yeah, there's like 10 microwaves.
For 20,000 people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean, it's just not
unacceptable. How's a man going to get his pot noodle?
Well, exactly. So I'd like to tweet about that, but I can't. But I guess I got to bring it up then. Next one. This is from Ryan. What's the worst response to someone? What's the worst response to someone coming out?
Well, the worst would be not accepting them, I guess. But if we're talking just on a sort of day-to-day basis in 2017, where hopefully equality is everywhere and inclusivity, etc., then I guess the worst response would be probably, oh, I guess I always knew, maybe, because is that offensive? I don't know. Like, oh, well, you're really camp, so I knew. In fact, Dan has said that. He always thinks it's really, he's like, oh, it's so obvious you're gay. Is it?
Maybe I've just got a really good, like, gaydar.
That was
is
a
definitely
really
possible.
good get out.
It's definitely possible.
Thank you for your
I
question,
think I do, by the way. I think I do.
What?
Have a good
Really?
gaydar. Or,
I do not want to put that to the test because I feel like it would just be so awful. But part of me is really tempted to get some people to stand up.
No, we're not going to.
But I just can't.
We're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that, guys. That could go down a very dark path.
Okay. Next one. Is it good? It says bed, but it must be Bex or Beth.
Bex, maybe?
Is it good? Gay is becoming normal. Will we lose? Spelt wrongly. Sorry. Will we lose our sense of community? Spelled incorrectly. Sorry.
That gay is becoming normal. I had a really interesting conversation with a friend. He has 2 boyfriends, and his second boyfriend was new. And we were at Manchester Pride, and he was saying he doesn't feel so special anymore that he's gay because now it's okay. And he's like in his 50s, and I was like, that feels really offensive. Like, you're not gay. That shouldn't make you special. You're you, and however you choose to be is how you are. Like, I found that weird. So I don't. Is your question sort of coming from the same place? But I understand what you're saying. But no, I think it's great that we're part of. That everyone is more inclusive now.
This is from Matthew. Best share, as in the singer.
Oh my God.
Outfit.
The one where she's on top of the tank.
Okay.
You know the music video? She's like straddling a massive, she's on a military ship. She's just like straddling this big tank thing. It's really
Great,
Cool.
thanks.
We haven't had to use our buzzers.
What's that?
We haven't had to use our buzzers. Which is your favourite share outfit? Shall I hit your buzzer for you?
I guess, I mean, genuinely.
I'm sure you have no idea about share.
No.
Jump the fuck up!
I don't really know what to do when that plays. My buzzer is a lot shorter than yours.
Yeah, I know.
Deliberately done that, haven't you?
I did do that, yeah. I don't really want to hear any rock music, to be honest, Dan.
Well,
it's awful. What? I mean, what is
don't
it?
start.
Jump the fuck up!
How is that musical? What the fuck up?
It's jump the fuck up.
Jump the fuck up.
It's actually jump the fuck up.
So, should we do more questions?
Yeah, last one for you. Mike. Mike wants to know, are gingers really better endowed?
Do I want to press the buzzer or not? Well, are there any other gingers in the room?
Well, I kind of am, but it's only because
I don't have a sugar daddy. I've never had a sugar daddy. If I wanted a sugar daddy, yes, I probably could go ahead and get one because I am what? Sickening. You could never have a sugar daddy because you are not that.
Thank you for your question, Mike. All right, there's more questions coming up later, so plenty more chances to win badges. Make sure if we did come to you that you get a badge at the end. We're just taking a quick 1-minute break, and we're going to leave you with our voiceover, who you haven't met yet.
Thanks, boys. Yep, we haven't met yet. I'm the fag hag in all of this, the super fun cis woman that turns up to gay clubs with my gay mates, grinds up against them, and starts crying into a box of 20 chicken nuggets at 4 a.m, wondering why I'm single. That's right, I'm the voiceover. Hey, loves. Oh, and yes, I do have an emoji, but the boys ran out of budget. I just wanted to take a second to thank you for all your lovely iTunes reviews. Joel's bumming it. Foda Cox says, having just discovered you in Time Out, have to say I'm bumming you boys. And John's tweeted, just found your podcast. Not fully bumming it at the mo, just the tip for now. We'll ease you in, babes. I've got poppers. Thanks so much for listening. Mwah. Kisses. Back to James and Dan.
By the way, Dan thinks Fiona's quite hot.
No, I actually didn't say that. I said to you, is she hot? That's what I said.
She's pretty hot.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's good to know.
So thank you so much for listening to us, and we've been hitting #1 on iTunes, both in the UK and the US, in the sexuality chart, which has been making us very happy, because it's nice to sort of be a bit of a family with you guys, so thanks very much for that. Obviously we talk about some deeper subjects as well as the funnier stuff,
Yeah.
and producer Talia wants us to get into one of those whilst we're here.
Yeah. So we've never talked about, we've been meaning to on the podcast, but the podcast is like 10 minutes normally, or 15, so we haven't really got into this before. But I and everyone else wants to know about your...
I'm not sure they do.
I think they do. Your LGBTQ plus journey, James.
So about coming out, and I did a documentary with BBC Three about coming out.
Oh, really?
Available now on iPlayer.
How can we watch iPlayer?
Did it. I already did it. You missed it. And yeah, it's actually really interesting, because once you've come out, you sort of forget that you did, because you're accepted and it's all sort of normal. And it comes back to your question, actually, Ryan. But yeah, so it's weird talking about it. And actually, when we recorded that, it was really hard, like going back there and remembering stuff. Because my mum had said to me that because it's not just your journey, is it? It's also other people's journey. And my mum had said, it's like my son has died and I've now got a new one. And I guess she meant really that the journey she thought I would have, like that society puts on someone, have a wife, have children, etc., has changed. So her like internal narrative has been changed. So yeah, so she found that very hard, I think. But she's great. I sort of also forced it down her a bit by leaving lots of safe sex leaflets around the house so that she would know I was aware and being intelligent about stuff. She also walked in on me once.
What, with a man?
Yeah.
As opposed to by yourself, obviously. That's
Yeah. Not Googling how many wanks a day. Yeah, so that was my mum. But it's funny, like I think you do get a lot of people just going, oh, cool. Like, which is great. You just sort of want it to be cool. And I think one day it will be just like, oh, Mum, I've got a boyfriend, rather than, oh, I'm gay. I hope it's that one day.
So you never like sat down and was like, Mum, I'm gay?
Actually, I didn't. I copped out. I got my sister to tell her. Okay. Which is really awful. Like, I should definitely have done that myself. But my sister was living in Canada, so it was really easy to just email her. That's not meant to be funny.
It's definitely the easiest thing is to get someone on the other side of the world to do it for you.
Yeah, that's what I did. I just emailed her. But my sister's religious, so I got loads of Bible quotes and I can't remember them now, but there's a couple where it kind of just says that you should love everyone and it doesn't matter. So I sent her those, and she was really good about it. And then eventually, I had this horrific breakup with a guy who ended up going out with my ex, and I was only like 15. So it was very traumatizing. It was very EastEnders. I walked in on them. So I had to tell my mum because I needed my mum. Yeah. So that's sort of when it happened. I was like, you need to tell Mum why I'm so upset. So my sister did it for me. And my mum just sat down at the table. It was very dramatic. She just went, I know.
I mean, that's very EastEnders as well.
Yeah.
Is your mum Pat Butcher?
No. No. Yeah, I think she had a difficult time dealing with it. She's amazing now. There was this one time where we had the window open and we were having breakfast or something, and I must have just said the word gay, and she was like, the window's open, keep your voice down. So I screamed, gay, like out the window, because I was 15. So it was intense. My dad was very different. I didn't tell my dad at all. Again, I didn't even come out. That's so bad. And my dad was really annoyed with me about it, but not because of what you'd expect. Like we got in the car and he said to me, I'm really annoyed with you, son. And I could tell he was angry. And I was like, why? And he was like, well, you've gone around telling every Tom, Dick and Harry in Eastbourne that you're gay, except your own father. So that was really nice. So I was like, oh, you're annoyed with me because I didn't tell you, not because I am. So in a way, that was quite cool.
Yeah. And also, not only had you been telling every Tom, Dick and Harry, but you'd also been sleeping with them.
That's a really low punch, Dan.
It's a good one, though. You got a laugh.
Yeah, so that's my...
And I got a secondary laugh there. And another one. These are all people...
Dan loves making shit jokes.
What about your friends? Or they just know?
No, I come out to them as well. Yeah, you don't have to come out. It's so unfair. Do you ever feel like you had to come out?
No.
So Dan hasn't told his parents about our podcast, which I find really interesting. My mum actually texted me recently saying, oh, me and Vivian, her friend, would love to listen to your podcast. Can you tell us how to find it? Like, no. turn the internet off. Vivian, I don't know what she'd think. My mum would be like, okay, well, this isn't unexpected. But Vivian, I think, would...
Why don't you just send her, like, ones that are...
does one exist?
I think so. I think there's ones where I'm just talking about pastry and...
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
BBC microwaves.
Dan had a total meltdown because we had a meeting and there were promised pastries in Shoreditch, right?
Yeah.
And just 10 minutes of just Dan having a complete meltdown.
Yeah.
You don't like people not giving you food if they've offered you food.
No. That's true. Nobody does really, though, do they?
I'm not sure it's as big a deal.
We have talked about this for 10 minminutes in an episode before.
That's true, yeah.
So maybe we won't talk about it again.
Great.
Also, I can feel myself getting angry, so...
Should we move on to non-gay questions, non-gay answers?
Yes.
Where's that?
Here we go, everyone.
I got
Non-gay
questions, and I need answers. I got
Non.
questions, and I need
Non-gay answers.
answers. Yeah, I got
non-gay
questions, and I need
Got non-gay answers. Got non-gay questions.
and I need
Got non-gay answers.
Oh,
Non-gay question. Have you ever let someone think you're gay because correcting them feels odd?
That's like the reverse of something that you've said you've done. No, I don't think I have.
I bought a Nasty Woman t-shirt, a Hillary Clinton t-shirt that says Nasty Woman on it, and it gives money to Planned Parenthood in America. And I've been wearing it.
How much did you pay for this, by the way?
Like $30.
Plus shipping.
Yeah, no, including. And people look at me like I've...
It's
like
much more than that, by the way. That's why.
No, it was that. And I've had people come up to me saying, you're a Trump supporter, which is horrific. And it's like they don't realise that that's, I suppose I'm appropriating, well, Hillary herself is appropriating that phrase. So yeah, it's funny how people judge you by your clothing.
Yeah.
It's very wrong. This is from Matthew. I love this question. Why do non-gay men watch lesbian porn? Great question, Matthew.
I don't know. I'm not personally, I'm not that asked about that.
You've never watched lesbian porn?
Yeah, but I wouldn't it's not my go-to genre. Play! Why wouldn't it play?
I just
There we go.
Shut the fuck up! It's interesting though, isn't it? That straight men or homophobic men, and not you, but some would be like, oh, gays, but then when it comes to
No, that's
like, oh yeah, I'm cool with that. Obviously that is not you. You're like one of the most liberal people I've ever met. But why? What on behalf of those men?
I don't know, because genuinely, I'm not. It's cool, but you can't really picture yourself in that scenario, can you? And that, anyway, I've already pressed the button.
Shut the fuck up!
Let's move on.
Because I've watched straight porn, and I don't think that's weird.
Right.
Is that weird? No. But I'm looking at the guy.
Yeah, obviously. Anyway.
Shut the fuck up!
We also have a question that's come in from the USA. And do you want to introduce who they are?
Yeah, so basically this is blowing my mind. These guys got in touch and get ready for this. They're called Dan and James. Gets better. One's gay and one is a non-gay, and they're big fans of the podcast, and they got in touch to tell us that. And we kind of phoned them up and had a chat.
They're definitely better friends than us, by the way.
I'm James.
And I'm Dan.
And I'm a gay.
And I'm a non-gay.
And we're in the United States right now.
Specifically, Arkansas.
We've got a couple questions for you guys because we're big fans of the show.
Question number 1. What is y'all's favorite memory of each other?
And question number 2 is for Dan specifically. Why aren't you verified on Twitter yet?
Why aren't you verified?
Oh my God, they're so cute.
Yeah.
I love them. Interestingly, I thought I didn't know how to say Arkansas, so I thought it was Arkansas, because that's how it's spelled.
We could see, because we did it in a radio studio, we had a chat with them first, and you can see where people are. And James was like, are you calling from Arkansas? And they were like, it's Arkansas.
So the first question is, what's our favorite memory? Dan's chickens. Like, he spent so long talking about how you were going to get chickens. How are they? Who's looking after
Well, I
the
didn't
chickens?
get. I'm not. Oh God, we talk about this all.
No chickens.
There's no chickens currently. But if I move to Seattle, maybe I'll get some chickens. Some Seattle chickens. Some American chickens.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm excited that you're thinking about that.
Thanks.
And yeah, what's your favourite memory?
I enjoyed your meltdown about James 3. James basically fancies a guy in his gym who's also called James. And he had a whole meltdown about it. It's an episode called James 3. And it was just hilarious. I didn't even say anything. You just ran with that for like 10 minutes.
It triggered me because I'd eyed him up and it turns out that Dan knew him. So I was like, fuck, what does this guy think of me? I've been staring at his arms the whole time. Another thing we did together, this is like the one time we socialized without the podcast, we queued for like 3 hours to get a burger when In-N-Out.
Oh yeah, that was ages ago.
Yeah.
Like In-N-Out burger, like.
This is not interesting.
Okay, who's American in here? Is In-N-Out burger like a big, like, is it actually that good? Okay. Cool. That's what people kind of say, don't they? It's amazing. And it came to London for like a pop-up, and we were like, oh, let's go. Because when I was in LA, I was sick whilst I was genuinely being sick out of Talia's car whilst she was eating a In-N-Out burger. That's the sum total of my In-N-Out experience.
So you wanted to
because I'd been on the Simpsons ride at Universal Studios and it didn't agree with me. So that's my In-N-Out experience. So when it came to London, and it's only in like California, isn't it? And because it's not in New York.
And also Las Vegas.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's only like...
It's
so
great.
we came to London for like a pop-up and we're like, oh my God, let's go. And we queued for genuinely about 2 hours. I was thinking you're going to sat this off within like 5 minutes because you didn't have any patience. But we queued for like 2 hours. So some guy kept interviewing. For some reason, he picked us to interview. He was like, do you think you're going to get a burger? When we clearly weren't. And how do you feel about that? So anyway, we were just in a bad mood. So we got 2 buses and went to Five Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was fun.
Cool story.
Yeah. I actually didn't bring it up.
I did, you're right. I just didn't expect you to really go in on it, but I really enjoyed it. So thank you for your questions. We're coming towards the end of our show now, and I don't know if you have heard the podcast, you'll know about Dan's group, Taxi for Paul. Give it up. Any Taxi for Paul fans in the house tonight? Woo! Yeah, I saw you. Dan does not want to perform, but I just need to give him his moment. I
don't want the moment, though.
I genuinely think
you can have
it's
the moment.
amazing that you were in a band, and I'm very proud of you. I'm not taking the mick in any way at all. I want to show, before we get, because the lyrics of this song that Dan's going to be performing are very interesting. There's a real background to this song called Marketing Dream. Originally, the band were called Fused, but they changed their name to Taxi for Paul. I'm not sure why that happened. Why did the drama go down?
Why did the what?
Why did you change the name?
Oh, because at school there was a guy called Paul, and he just tells shit jokes. Basically, would always be like Taxi for Paul, and it was funny.
Sounds familiar.
So yeah, that and Fused is a shit name for a band, isn't it? So unlike Taxi for Paul.
I don't know. I think Fused is arguably better.
Well, you form a band.
And they had a severe, I feel like I'm doing a TED talk now about some historic band. They had a huge hate for Avril Lavigne.
Okay, by the way, go back. I'm really embarrassed about this. I don't think any of this shit anymore. I actually haven't even looked at it because I remember.
Oh, Dan, I feel bad now.
So I'm gonna hide under this.
No, you stay where you are, Dan.
I really am.
You stay where you are.
It's so bad.
So we'll just read it together.
Oh my God.
So, I'm Dan from Fuse. This is my page dedicated to the complete eradication and destruction of that fake pop bitch known as Avril Lavigne. If you're sick of the shit you hear in the charts, on MTV, on the radio, keep reading. If you're not and you think that Avril Lavigne is good, then please piss off now. Anyone in the room a fan of Avril? I am. Yeah, let's go. We're off. See you, Dan. Here are the steps you need to follow. These steps apply to Busted. Who the fuck are In Me?
They were like a metal band at the time, but they were quite trendy. So at the time, this is like circa 2002, 3. They weren't metal enough for my liking. I actually know the singer from this band now, and I've DJed with him and stuff.
Name drop.
Yeah, what a name drop.
Will Young, S
Yeah.
Club 7, another favourite of mine, or any other such marketing dream. Are you ready for the steps on how to destroy and to cause the complete eradication and destruction of that fake pop bitch known as Avril Lavigne? Here we go. Number 1, heckle her. Find out when she's playing and shout. I know, it's so awful.
Yeah, I know that, by the
Why
way.
did
I know
you write
that.
this shit?
Because
My favourite is number 8. Have mass burnings of her records. What is so wrong with Avril Lavigne?
there's nothing wrong, is there, really? But it's like...
Apparently so.
I obviously don't think that. At the time...
You're like inviting hatred.
Yeah, I know.
Send
It's
her
awful.
hate mail. Write to her.
Yeah, obviously that's all awful. But I did write it.
There's also a Q&A on the website, and it's just genuinely amazing. You're not exactly in a position to criticise, are you? After all, she's one of the world's biggest artists, and you don't even have a record deal.
I think this is a genuine...
Dan's answer. Do you want to read your answer? It'd be funnier if you read it.
This is actually a
I'll be the fan, and you answer the question.
This is a genuine question.
You're not exactly in a position to criticise, really, are you? After all, she's one of the world's biggest artists, and you don't even have a record deal.
I genuinely don't think I can...
I'll be you. I know, but in 5 years' time, everyone will have forgotten about her, and Fuse will be world famous. So ask them that question in 5 years' time, and see how stupid you look then. Well, we're 10 years on, Dan, 13 years on. We look so stupid.
Yeah. What do you want me to say, though? Really?
I don't know, I'm just interested to know where your head was at. It's really strange.
I can't wait to get hold of your fucking MySpace. Next year's London Podcast Festival.
It's been deleted.
Yeah,
okay.
Obviously, it's all... Is that it? Like, please...
There's no more,
okay,
other than the lyrics and the actual performance.
Which I'm not doing. No, I obviously had a thing about her because she was, like, not really punk. But she
dressed like that.
But she was like, she was like, I'm punk because I wear Converse. And I was like, well, you're not. That's not a thing. Like, that's just, do you know what I mean? I don't know.
It's interesting, though, because you're basically saying her music was not real, whereas yours
Yeah,
is.
but I don't, yeah.
So let's look at the lyrics to break that down.
No.
Avril, Brittany, Gareth, Will Young, busted, you're all fake. Also, poor Gareth. Like, he's had a hard time.
Yeah,
Gareth Gates. He doesn't even get his full name in there.
Yeah, I thought at the time, I do remember when I wrote this, I thought it was quite clever that I managed to get both of those in and, so it was Gareth, Will Young as like a thing. Anyway. They were big at the time. They both, for the Americans in the room, it was the first season of Pop Idol, and Will won and Gareth came second, right? So, yeah, I wasn't a fan at the time.
Avril, Brittany,
I've
Gareth,
actually,
Will Young.
since I've seen Will Young in concert,
Busted.
since writing this, so... Dude,
I think
he was all right,
we
actually.
were there. This was before the podcast. We were there together because we were with your girlfriend. But she was probably sat in between us. We probably didn't speak. Anyway, so you're saying every night you have nightmares about the music
I'm not
that they
saying
make.
that. I said that.
Every time I hear your shit, it makes me want to scream. I'll never be a part of your sick marketing dream. So sick now obviously means like great, fam. So what were you referring to then?
It did. I don't know. Like, obviously, like...
Who wants to see Dan perform this?
I'm not going to do it. It's not a thing.
Your fans are in the room. They've all bought banners. Put your banners in the air, everybody.
Oh, yeah, they definitely all bought...
See, there's a million Taxi for Paul banners being waved at you right now.
I mean...
Dan, please, this is your moment. I've even made you a little intro.
What's the intro?
It's like it's a big intro. It's going to go off. Everyone's going to be so excited.
I'm going to hide over here.
Are you going to perform?
I'm actually going to eat a boost. I was going to give this away, but now
You're going to perform?
I'm going to have a nervous boost. What's that?
You're going to perform?
No, I'm not.
Dan.
I'm going to have a boost.
Please.
That's what I'm going to do.
Dan, you have to.
Why don't you do it? This is your whole thing. Like you're like obsessed with this. So
I personally feel like this is your song. You haven't got the chance to perform it in 13 years. The people want what the people want. They want a reunion. And this is it.
I don't think they do.
I can't believe you're eating a boost during a live podcast show.
I'm just doing that thing where if I'm eating the boost, then I can think about that and not about...
Okay, give a big cheer if you want Dan to perform it.
If you want James to perform it, then say yeah.
What if we all do it? Should we all do it together?
Let's all do it.
Should we have like a panto sing-along?
Yeah. I can't. Yeah.
Don't worry, everyone. The lyrics will be on screen. But they already
By the
are.
way, I'm not a dickhead. Like, well, I might be, but like, I'm not this kind of dickhead. Anyway.
Here we go, everyone. Big round of applause. Let's get the energy up for Dan. 23 MySpace friends, 24 including Tom, 13 cassettes sold, 3 illegal downloads on Napster, 1 sold out show at the Solihull Library and Arts Complex in 2003.
It did sell out, by the way.
Now, his first performance in 14 years. Please welcome Taxi for Paul!
All right. So,
here we go. You'll get it, guys.
Everyone's got to join in. This is.
Here we go. I brought Brittany William busted. You're a fake. Every night I get these nightmares by the music that you make. Every time I hear your shit, it makes me want to scream. I will never be a part of your sick marketing dream. One lady has her fingers in her ears.
I want to do that. That's
this is the original backing track from 2003. Everyone.
Does this just go on and on?
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay, well, give it up for Dan.
Yeah. I mean,
proud of you, Dan. Great finish.
To be fair, the actual rhythm of the tune is quite cool. Like, anyway, James is obsessed with this. He goes on about it all the time. But so that's done now, so we don't have to talk about that anymore.
Nope, that's done. We've
and
officially
next
done that.
time, it will be your turn.
No, because everybody will want another performance of that, because it was genuinely great, right?
No,
guys, thank you so much for coming. That's A Gay and a NonGay Live. Thank you for being part of our family, and also helping me to make straight men a minority as well. Give it up. Woo, woo. Oh, and hang around after the credits, because there's a small surprise for you.
A gay and a non-gay. 2 unlikely friends take on the world. Taxi for Paul's first single for 14 years is finally here.
Avril, Brittany, Gareth, Will Young busted, you're all fake.
After their not-so-sellout show at the Solihull Library and Arts Complex in 2003, Taxi for Paul are back with the smash hit single
Marketing Dream.
Marketing Dream.
Not part of our team.
Don't call an Uber, call Taxi for Paul.
I will never be a part of your sick marketing dream. Marketing Dream.
Avril Lavigne can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh, she's dead.
Not part of a scene, not part of a team. You're so damn clean, your marketing dream.
Is that it?
Find us on your socials at Gay NonGay. Listen at gaynongay.com or just search NonGay at your fave pod app.